a moment, Senator. Let me bring in an expert here. I bring him in when we see terror and when we see extremist tendencies and violence, because that is what is studied, and up to a PhD. Is a PhD holder in this kind of area. Is a lawyer, both Nigeria, qualified to practice in Nigeria and the UK. Is Bulama Bukati, who is live for us virtually from London. Thank you so much, Mr. Bukati, for joining us tonight on the program. What a sad day it is for our country, especially also that we are here, the story from Eruku in Kwara State, where gunmen attacked a church there, killing at least 2 people and kidnapped the pastor and some worshippers. And police and witnesses say that this, of course, happened after the girls at the boarding school in Maga in Kebbi State. All of these are happening. What do you make of what is going on? The president said, I'm not going to South Africa or Luanda, at least for now. Let me postpone it and face this crowd. I'm expecting briefing. Is it good? Do the kind of action you expected from the president, or you expected more? Or what exactly do you think is going on generally based on national security?
Sean, it's a very, very sad day. My heart bleeds for the families of those who lost their lives in the church, and also my prayers to the families of the 23 students that are still in custody. My heart also goes out to the family of General Musa Uba and the soldiers that were killed with him and the civilian JTF members on Friday. The span of these attacks shown is a sad overview of the multifaceted nature of our security challenge in Nigeria. Insecurity in our country has become a hydra-headed monster, and we have to take collective, decisive action right now to tackle this menace. Look at it. On Friday, you had an attack in the northeast against soldiers, including a brigadier general of the Nigerian army were killed. 1,000 kilometers from there, you had a school abduction in which 23 students were taken. And then another 600 kilometers from that scene, you have a church that was attacked. I mean, this should worry every single Nigerian. Our schools, our education is under attack. Our faith, our mosques and churches are under attack. And our military is under attack. Nowhere in our country is safe. This is the first issue. The second, Sheun, is that this school kidnapping is the 12th mass kidnapping of school children in Nigeria that has led to the abduction of over 1,600 Nigerian students. 1,600 students in 12 different incidents. Sheun, there is nowhere in history you have ever had any country where terrorists will walk into a school and walk away with the whole student body. But this is happening in Nigeria, and this is the 12th time. And when I say the 12th time, this doesn't include those in which less than 10 students were abducted. The lowest number is 15, but you have a lot. If we had time, I would read out the 12 we have. One of them was under President Jonathan, the Chibok abduction. 8 of them under President Buhari, and now we have 3 under President Tinubu. The 3 under President Tinubu are this one, and 2 in March of last year. One, the Kuriga students abduction in Kaduna, and the other one, the Sangaya school abduction in Sokoto, both of them in March of 2014. And then you have this abduction now, which makes it the 3rd under President Tinubu. And so it's happening under all the presidents. And although we know that the actors are varied and their motives differ, they exploit some common things. One of them is our weak security architecture. We are now talking about information that has been relayed both in the church, you can see the frustration, and in the MAGA community, and look at the senator and how he expresses the feeling, the frustration of his community about them reporting an incident days or weeks before it happens, and yet it happened. What is causing this? In Nigeria, we don't lack information. Our problem is not lack of information. It is lack of capacity and coordination to respond on time. Our personnel are too few. Their mobility is poor, and our reinforcement time is very slow. And that then allows criminals and terrorists to wreak havoc across our country. Number three, Sheun, is how Donald Trump, Nicki Minaj, and their ilk are adding insult to injury, where we are losing our lives. Nigerians are dying, and they are there using that opportunity for political rhetoric and for entertainment. Sheun, it tells you how seriously these people take our lives, that a musician will be invited to the United Nations who has never been to Nigeria, as far as I know, will be invited to the United Nations to speak on insecurity when we have eminent experts in Nigeria, when we have survivors in Nigeria, when we have families who have lost loved ones in Nigeria, when we have a government in Nigeria. None of them got invited to the United Nations to seriously discuss the issue. It was a musician who has no relationship with Nigeria and nothing about Nigeria that was invited. And when she went, Sheun, what did she do? She gave a speech in which she claims to care for Nigerian Christians, but she was laughing at the end of the speech. Less than 5 minutes, less than 2 minutes after she has spoken about Christians being persecuted, and she was laughing in the same speech, and she was using the speech for advertising her work, saying she's looking forward to meeting her fans and laughing and enjoying herself. That's how seriously they take our lives. And what is their statement doing? They are dividing our community further. You have Riley Moore coming out to say the school kidnapping affected Christian students when it was overwhelmingly Muslim students that were affected. Sheun, the final point I will make at this on this segment is that the incidents over the past 7 days completely dismantled Donald Trump, Nicki Minaj, and all of their narratives and arguments. Why do I say this? A church was attacked in Kwara State. 2 Christian worshippers died, and a pastor and some worshippers were abducted. Very sad incident. And then you have a school in a predominantly Muslim community, 23 students abducted, and the presumption is that they are predominantly Muslim students. And then in the Northeast, you have a military general, Samaila Musa Uba, who also happens to be a Muslim, killed. This tells you that these guys, their war is not against a specific faith. Their war is against Nigeria. They want to dismantle our country. They want to destroy all of us. And the earlier we unite, the earlier we shun the forces of division and evil and unite as Nigerians, Muslims, and Christians and face our common enemy, the better for all of us.
Give me a moment, gentlemen. Let's go on another break, and we'll be right back to wrap up. With her. So we're getting some response from the federal government. The federal government directly is speaking about the security situation in the country. The Minister of Information has been speaking on the efforts of the federal government in quenching some of these attacks and ensuring security, safety returns to the country. Take a listen to him speaking earlier today.
That President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has put our nation's security apparatus on the highest alert ever and has deployed them to actively pursue and eliminate these terrorists, bandits, and criminal elements wherever they may be in Nigeria. Our security forces have also been mandated to swiftly rescue the abducted KB schoolgirls and reunite them with their families. Similarly, the President has also directed that all those who have been abducted in Eruku also be reunited with their families.
All right, that's the Minister of Information and some of the directives, according to him, that has been made by the President. But quickly, Mr. Bukati, where do we go from here? Efforts are being made, some of which we know, some of which we may not be able to see on television, but it does look like the pressure is much. And Nigerians want solution and answers. Does it look like it's too overwhelming? Or what exactly is the way out? Where do we go from here? Just 30 seconds to react to that so we can close.
Yeah, Mincheon, you did speak about the president's cancellation of C Strip and the vice president's. I commend them for that and the vice president's visit. It shows that they are sensitive to this issue. But Sheon, we have been here before. And in order to get a grip on this situation, the President Bola Tinubu, has to act decisively, has to take some radical measures right now. And I would recommend 5. Number 1, President Tinubu should deploy all the service chiefs to the operational areas permanently, and they will not return to Abuja until they have secured our country. Number 2, a presidential committee on insecurity should be set up under the vice president or under the secretary to the federal government to update Nigerians every single week on what is happening in our country and what they are doing. Number 3, the national security advisor or the vice president needs to be mandated to bring all the governors, the service chiefs and emirs together to develop a consistent, comprehensive policy and implement it together from now. We cannot allow people to be pursuing policies anyhow in our country. Number 4, the President Tinubu needs to declare a state of emergency on our borders. Our borders are so porous, and we have to stop the flood of arms, ammunition, and drugs into our country. And finally, Cheun, we need President Tinubu to right now make sure that all commissioned officers, no commissioned officer remains in any barrack in Nigeria. All of them should go to the operational area and make sure this issue is tackled.